In a world full of modern transactions and digital currencies, the humble quarter might seem like just another coin rattling in your pocket. But what if I told you that the 1979 Washington quarter dollar holds a story woven with American history, national pride, numismatic fascination, and even some surprising hidden value? This isn't just any 25-cent coin. This is the 1979 Washington quarter, a tiny metallic piece that echoes the legacy of George Washington himself and reflects a time of transformation in American coinage. Let's dig deep into the world of this iconic coin, its design, historical background, mint marks, errors, worth, and what makes some 1979 quarters far more valuable than you might expect. The story of the 1979 Washington quarter begins long before the coin itself was struck. The Washington Quarter series started in 1932, issued to honor the 200th birthday of the United States' first president, George Washington. The U.S. Mint held a competition to design the new quarter, and sculptor John Flanagan's portrait of Washington was ultimately selected. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and has since become one of the most enduring and recognizable coin designs in American history. Now, fast forward to 1979. America was emerging from the turbulent era of the 1970s. Economically, it was a time of inflation and uncertainty. Politically, it was post-Watergate and post-Vietnam. And culturally, it was the era of disco, the rise of computers, and shifting norms. Through all this, the U.S. Mint continued its operations, producing coins that not only served a transactional purpose but also acted as time capsules of the nation's journey. The Washington Quarter of 1979 is a classic example. Produced at three major mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, this coin is more than just a copy of a design from decades past. It carries its own unique minting details and characteristics that make it fascinating for collectors and historians alike. Let's break down the anatomy of the 1979 Washington Quarter. On the obverse, you'll find the proud bust of George Washington, designed by Flanagan. His image is stoic, serious, and symbolic of the leadership he brought during the founding of America. Above his head is the word liberty, a nod to the core value that defines the American experiment. To the left, in small text near the neckline, is the word "In God We Trust," and beneath the portrait, the year 1979 is engraved. Turn the coin over, and the reverse shows the majestic American eagle with wings outstretched, perched atop a bundle of arrows. The image evokes strength and readiness, while the olive branches below the arrows signify the desire for peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, and just below it, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one. Finally, at the bottom is the denomination, quarter dollar. But the story doesn't end with the design. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1979 Washington Quarter is where it was made. There are three mint varieties for this coin. 1. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. 2. Denver Mint, D mint mark. 3. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, for proof coins. Let's go through each one. The Philadelphia Mint struck a massive number of quarters in 1979, over 515 million. That's right, more than 500 million coins. These don't have any mint mark, which is typical for Philadelphia coins before the mid-1980s. While most of these are common and worth face value, high-grade, uncirculated coins with a strong strike can still fetch a few dollars from collectors. The Denver Mint produced about 489 million quarters that year, marked with a small D to the right of Washington's ponytail. These are also quite common, but as with the Philly version, any coin in mint condition, especially MS-66 or above, can carry premium value. A sharp eye, a good magnifier, and a bit of luck could turn a 25-cent coin into a $20 to $100 collectible depending on grade and demand. Now comes the most fascinating one, the San Francisco Mint. These were not regular circulation coins but proof coins meant for collectors. Proof coins are struck with special dies and polished blanks, giving them a mirror-like finish and sharp details. Over 3.6 million proof quarters were minted in San Francisco in 1979. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1979, the U.S. Mint introduced two varieties of the S mint mark on proof quarters, commonly referred to as Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 has a blurry, filled-in S that's a bit less defined. Type 2 has a clear, sharp S, and it's much rarer and more desirable. Collectors go wild for the Type 2 variety. A Type 2 1979 S-proof quarter in perfect condition can be worth anywhere from $40 to over $150, depending on the grade and market demand. Another exciting feature to watch for? Errors and varieties. While 1979 doesn't have the most infamous errors like some other coins, there are still some to keep an eye on. A regular 1979 P or D quarter in MS65 might bring $5 to $25. A high-grade MS67 or MS68. Now you're talking $100 plus if it's top pop. A 1979 S-Type 2 proof in PR69 DCAM, Deep Cameo,